Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you didn't know, I recently had an exhibit at Open Source 2025, showcasing projects from my Lexi Eclectic channel. This was my second year exhibiting at Open Source and it was awesome. One of the first things that I really love about participating in open source is the sense of community that I have with fellow exhibitors. Having this community on Discord to connect with leading up to the event gave me motivation to focus and work on finishing my projects. There's something incredibly energizing about being able to see what other people are working on, sharing your own progress, and chatting with like-minded people. In order to prepare for my exhibit at Open Source, I made a 3D CAD mock-up of my booth. Finally, it was the first load-in day. As soon as I found my booth, I was surprised to see a box on my table. A very clever company had made a promotional box of goodies for each booth. It was a very pleasant and unexpected surprise. Load-in day 1 marked the first of many rounds of repairs that I had to do on some of my projects. Needless to say, there was a lot of superglue involved. After setting up the first day, I wasn't happy with the look of my white creased tablecloth and made the bold move of purchasing a black stretch over tablecloth from Amazon. Luckily, it had overnight shipping and arrived early the following morning, allowing me to switch from white to black on the second load-in day before the event. The 2 days of the event were insanely busy, and I do think a lot more people came to check out my booth than last year. It was interesting seeing how different people and different age groups reacted to some of my projects, like the circuit building blocks. The kids didn't seem to get discouraged when they couldn't figure out how to get the circuit to switch on and kept trying till it worked. And a lot of them, after getting the circuit to work, would often try different variations and kept playing with the circuit blocks and learning more about how magnets and circuits work. While the adults seemed to think that we were judging how smart they were and would often get discouraged or frustrated if they couldn't figure out how the circuit blocks worked in the first couple of seconds that they were playing with it. It made me really sad that most adults are so worried about looking stupid that they forget to pause and play and enjoy themselves. and it started feeling more like I was doing a social experiment rather than showcasing my ideas. There were a handful of people that saw the Plantador and started sharing nostalgic stories of when they owned a Commodore 64, some with tears in their eyes.
I want a Commodore 64.
These were my personal highlights of the event. I got to meet fellow YouTuber and subscriber to my Lexi Eclectic YouTube channel, Random Alley Cat. She told me that seeing me at Open Source last year encouraged her to become an exhibitor this year. Hearing that made me feel very happy and special. Her booth was really cool, showcasing a lot of her cyber deck and other device designs. There were so many cool projects that she was showcasing at her exhibit that she even told me she might have less of them at her booth next year. Please be sure to support her social media and YouTube channel and check out her open source projects on printables. I got to see and interact with 808's projects that he's showcased on YouTube in person. One of my favorite projects at Open Source was his punch card cyber deck.
Wikipedia page.
I like the thinking graphic.
Yeah, that's a boring one. I can't read it, but there's more text at least. Well, we can change font size and scroll now. It's a bit slow on the Wikipedia mode, that's a lot of text.
Wow.
For a teeny little device.
It's cool seeing it in person. My all-time favorite thing at Open Source happened to be something that my neighbors, the Flesh Emporium, were showcasing. It was a fleshy eyeball inside a vintage camera that still functioned as a camera. Chris and I enjoyed getting to know our other neighbor's 1-bit photo booth. The guy manning the booth, David Carrier, had developed a program using FFmpeg to convert images taken by a webcam to true black and white format so that they could be printed on a thermal printer. The third most favorite thing I liked at Open Source was this booth that was in the gaming section of the event called Little Guys. Little Guys is an ecosystem simulation game that Devin Schmitz created entirely using JavaScript. The sheer amount of cool, interesting, and amazing exhibits was overwhelming, to the point where after a while I could barely take in more information and wasn't able to see everything I would have liked to. So overall, I had a really good time at Open Source this year, and I'm already planning on exhibiting again next year. If you're interested in attending next year, they've already got tickets up for sale on their website. Please find the link in the description. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!